Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I am Casey, and today these are the earrings that I will be making. Most of the components came from Sam's bead box for the month of August 2023. So if you would like to see how these earrings came about, then stay tuned. All right, let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the tools that I will be using. I have one set of cutters, one set of round nose pliers, and I want to briefly mention my tool set. It is the Casual Comfort tool set, and they are very high quality, very well made. And the biggest thing for me is the size, which of course leads to the comfort. For whatever reason, a lot of times jewelry making tools will be really small like this, and they certainly function, but for me, as soon as I found these tools, I just can't imagine using anything else. You can see the grips are quite a bit bigger too. So I will have these linked below along with everything else in the video I used that did not come from the bead box. I am also using a size 10 beading needle and a thread zap 2. I will also be using 8-pound Fireline in the color Smoke, and that is this black color. And I always get the 125 yards just because I go through it so quickly. I would buy a bigger one than this if I could find it. So I will also have linked below the opening video I did for Sam's bead box, and it will have a detailed description of everything I used that did come from the box. So today I will be making a pair of earrings, and I have already made one as you see here, and we'll be making the other one together. So I have already threaded my needle, and I have about a yard of thread. And these are the loops that came in the box. And I'm going to start by simply putting it through and pulling it all the way through to the end. Now, with both ends, I'm just gonna tie a regular knot like you would if you were tying your shoes. Over, under, and pull. And one more time to make a knot. And now I'm going to kind of push that knot up till it's right next to that loop on top. And then I'm going to pull it a little bit more snug. So I'm holding that tail. I'm going to go ahead and take my cutters and cut off that tail. And now I'm going to take my thread zap, push in that button, and when I push it in, it'll get that end really, really hot. So you want to be careful not to touch it. And then I'm going to go into where that little nub is, and I'm going to touch it and melt it down just a little bit, just like that. One thing as far as safety goes with this thread zap, I really like this lid that comes on it. It's got the part on the side for the button, and then obviously that part at the end that gets hot is really protected, so you're not going to accidentally set it on anything. All right, so now our thread is coming off the end right there at the top. I'm going to pick up one of these 3mm fire polish beads, and I'm going to put my needle through the loop just like this. And when I pull it all the way tight, I'm going to get that bead here at the top, and I'm going to put my needle back through the bottom of that bead, just like that. And then pull it snug so it's right up there at the top. I'm going to pick up my next fire polish, put my needle through, pull it all the way, and then once again, when you get it up there at the top, you're going to put your needle through the bottom of it, just like that, and pull it snug. And that's going to lay it right next to the one that you started with, just like that. And this is the manner that we're going to go all the way around. So we'll go ahead and do one more. Pick up my next one, put it through, bring it till it's pulled all the way up at the top, put it through at the bottom just like that, and then pull your thread snug. Just like that. So now we're going to go until we have 10 of these beads coming all the way down to directly below the loop, and we will meet back up. All right, so here we are. And I actually have 11. So here, as you can see, I have 10 here on this side, and then 11. This one here at the bottom will be the center point of the earring, and then we're going to have 10 more on this side. So there's 21 in all, 10 on each side, and then this one center point. Now, while we're here at this center point, we're going to go ahead and add the dangle part of it. So as you can see on this one over here, we're going to add this part right here. So on my needle, I have one of the 3mm fire polished and then 3 of the 4mm rounds that came in the box. So out of this bottom one, I'm going to push these down, and then I'm going to pick up the flower bead, and I want to make sure I put my needle through the top side so that the flower is facing the right way. And last, I'm going to pick up 3 11-0 seed beads, and I just picked up 3 at random, the colors. So now all of this is on here just like this, and it's kind of loose right now. I'm going to go back up the round bead, okay? I'm going to pass the 3 11-0s, just skip them, go back up this round bead here, and then back up the other 4 that are in the dangle. So now I'm going to pull this through. And then the 3 11-0s, you just want to kind of move them so that they form a triangle like that. And then pull it snug. So now it's hanging off of that middle one. So I'm going to go back up that middle one on the end. I'm going to have it come out the back. Just like that. That way I can pull it snug through the loop. Then I'm going to go through the front of that same center bead and skip all the other ones like that. So just go out like that. And then pull it snug. So now we have our dangle at the bottom, and we have reinforced it around that center. And we're coming back around, and then we're going to continue that circle around. So I flipped it, and I picked up my next fire polish. Go through, just like we were doing before. Just like that until it's snug up here at the top. Put it back through. And then pull it snug where it lays right next to it. Just like that. And now we're going to continue our circle around all the way back up to the top. So this is the first one in the next 10. So we need to add 9 more, and then we will meet back up. All right. So now I have added that final 10, and I am coming out of the top right here. So the next thing I'm going to do is go down the one right next to it and make sure it's in the front. Pull it snug. And then I'm going to pick up 10 11-0 seed beads. And when I start adding the seed beads, it's the mix that came in the box, and I am picking up the colors at random. So I'm coming out of the front of this second one here. I'm going to go ahead and push the seed beads down, go through the loop, through the center. And then now, from here, I'm going to flip it over, and on the opposite side, I'm going to go out the second one, just like that, and then pull it snug. So now we're coming out of this one right here, the second one, and we're going to go right down the one right next to it and make sure we go out the back and then pull it snug. And we're going to pick up 10 more seed beads. Right now, we're coming out of the back of this one here, right here. So we're going to go through the loop, turn it, and you want to skip 2 and go in the next one. So we're coming out of the back of this first one, skip 2, go in the front of the next one. Just like that. Here's where it starts to be the same motion over and over. So out of this one, we're going to go down the one right next to it, out the back, pick up 10 more 11-0 seed beads, push them down, go back through the loop, and then we're coming out of this one here. We're going to skip 2 and go into the next one on the front. just like that. And then pull it snug. And you'll see it starts to look very similar on the back and on the front. And that's the same thing we do all the way around, but we'll go ahead and do one more together. I'm gonna go through the one right next to it, going back, pick up 10 more, push them down, go through the center. We're coming out of this one here. We skip 2 and go through the next one. All right, so that is the way we continue all the way around. We'll meet back up when we get to the end. All right, so here it is. I have made that twist all the way around. And now I'm right here at the end, coming out of this second to last one right here. So now this is complete. All we have to do is tie it off. So I'm going to flip it over and we're gonna go down and back up, down just like this, pull it through. And then I'm going to go through the loop, flip it over, and then I'm going to go up this next one. Just like that. And here you want to make sure, I know that thread is hard to see, but it's right there. You want to make sure that thread doesn't cross over any of those 11 O's. Just like that. So now we flipped it over again and we're gonna go down right here. And here's where we're gonna knot it off. So the first one right here, I'm gonna go underneath, pull it through, go through the loop here, and pull it. It's nice and snug. And then one more. Through the loop, pull it snug. And now I'm going to get as close as I can with my cutters, cut the thread, and then right in there I'm going to get my bead zap, push the button on it, and get close in there so that it melts it down, just like that. And there you have it. So now I'm going to quickly put on this ear wire. As you can see, I opened the bottom just a little bit, put it on that loop, take my round nose pliers, close it back, and here they are. I'm going to set it up on my display so we can see it a little better. All right, so here they are. And I am super happy with how they came out. I love this color palette. The theme this month was, of course, coffee lovers. So there were lots of different earthy tones, shades of brown and tan. And I absolutely love this color palette. And I love those beads there at the bottom with that flower carving on it and diamonds across the side. I think these are so pretty. And that 11-0 mix, I think those colors look really well together and just kind of set the whole thing off. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. Leave a comment. I absolutely love reading my comments. You guys are so kind, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.